I'm AlexofAllTrades, and this is the Gamey review for Injustice 2 Mobile. Before I really begin, I just want to say that I played Injustice Mobile so much that it became a problem, because in that game, energy was at the character level. So once a player has a certain number of characters, they could play through all their characters and just circle back around to the beginning of their list and play all their characters again.
Change places! Change places!
In an endless loop of play. So sometimes all my waking hours were devoted to playing Injustice. I just kept playing it. I dreamed in Injustice fighting moves. So when they announced Injustice 2 Mobile, I was excited. I was like, yay! Injustice, but with better graphics and more characters to collect. So I signed up for it before it launched. As such, NetherRealms abandoned Injustice Mobile for Injustice 2 Mobile. The majority of new content creation is going to Injustice 2 Mobile. I played Injustice 2 from launch for 6 months, playing for hours upon hours every day. And then I hit the player max level at 6 months, topped out my energy cap at 120, did the math, snorted in disgust, uninstalled the game, and threw my phone down. But it's been more than 2 years, and in that time, I've started a YouTube channel and reviewed games like this one, so I thought, let's revisit it. It could have changed. Maybe I can track data to back up my overwhelming sense of anger. Well, I can see that not enough has changed. The fuckers. Inappropriate. I remember this taking so fucking long. I know there's the skip button, but like the point is to see this. But that doesn't mean you can make it take like 5 minutes to get to the first match. That's dumb. Who wants to do that in a game? Luthor is not impressive in the slightest. Which, by the way, he's not in this game as a character, I don't think, when he was in the original. There's so many characters that were in the original game that are not playable or collectible, as the case may be, that were in the first game. I don't understand it. I remember being incredibly impressed 2 years ago looking at these graphics. Now it kind of feels uncanny valley, her face. It's hilarious to me, the idea that this thing is looking right at her. She's specifically important. Missy. I mean, obviously that's not the case. Missy, go away. Get your tail out of my face. I keep wondering, like, what is she thinking? What is she doing? What's her plan here? Because she doesn't ever say anything. You should say, well, she's got no one to say anything to. People talk to themselves, so why isn't she? It's like she's absolutely silent, too. She's not even asking.
Kara, come quickly.
Oh, now she does something. I know she's only 14 or whatever.
Stay with me, Kara.
This is why teenagers don't make very good,
Argo City's gone.
Heroes.
Millions of people.
That's only the beginning. Brainiacs destabilized the planet's core. Krypton won't hold together much longer.
But all your research, isn't there something you can do?
That's why we're here.
A spaceship? That's what you've been working on?
Your uncle Jor-El discovered a planet that can sustain Kryptonians, far away from Brainiac. He's built a ship just like this for your cousin Cal.
Why not leave yourselves as well? Build bigger ships.
Which is
We
why
can
you
build
need to protect
bigger
him.
ships.
Teach him our ways.
They
teach
must
him.
not be as
What about you?
technologically advanced as we are for this to be their
No.
only solutions.
No, I won't leave you. Please, please don't
I
make
felt
me.
this so much stronger in the Supergirl TV show.
I can't come with you, but you'll never be alone. You belong to the House of El, Kara. A house of hope.
What
Never
are you?
forget that.
Leave shit
Never
alone.
give up hope.
I mean, I've seen this before. It's just forever. And are they thinking that people don't know Supergirl's story? And yet that mobile games have a wider audience than just DC fans, but I mean, they could do this a little faster. I know I keep saying that, but it's annoying. And there's Superman. He's an ugly baby.
Hold on!
Now she knows.
Cal! No, please! Cal!
Missy, no, no.
In my years fighting crime, I've learned one truth. That every villain is the hero of his own story.
He looks like someone
Superman was no
familiar,
exception.
like an actor, and I
The
can't
Joker drugged
quite
him, tricked
place
him
it.
to killing his pregnant wife
It
Lois,
drives me
and
insane.
made him trigger the bomb that nuked Metropolis. So when Superman killed
So we did
the
all this
Joker,
stuff about
I
Supergirl, and then we go
understood
straight
why.
into
We all
Batman,
did.
and you know,
But once
recapping
that
the first
line was
game,
crossed,
which is like, ooh, hooray!
there
If you're
was
playing a sequel,
no
you've probably played the
back.
first one.
He gave himself and the Justice League a new mandate. Stop all crime before it happened.
Don't these
by
people
any
know these
means
things too?
necessary. But he couldn't see his good intentions were leading him down a path of tyranny and evil. That's how our greatest hero became our greatest threat.
Missy, stop it!
So what if
Jesus,
Superman's pulling criminals out of Arkham?
driving me
They're
insane.
the worst of the worst.
He's going to kill them, Damien.
Sounds like justice to me.
Killing people isn't justice. Superman can't see that. He's grieving. He needs time to heal.
Yeah, and what if it had been Gotham? If Joker had killed me, your own son?
Good
Thought he'd
riddance.
say that.
You're Damien. No one likes you. Your autopilot kind of
It's
sucks.
not responding. We're being taken to the Batcave.
Prepare to eject.
I see a timer on this. How long does it take to get to a fight?
A
I
warning
know this
shot,
is the first fight,
Cyborg.
but Jesus.
I won't hurt you unless I have to.
You're gonna have to.
My friends were in Metropolis, Batman. Starfire, Beast Boy, gone. We do this. That never happens again.
I mean,
You're right to be angry, but it's not a blank check. And the Justice League isn't a death squad.
okay, time to play. Finally. You try playing one of these games on your phone? Fuck, this sucks.
There's no place to hide.
Now for the big guns.
That's the exact same move he used in the first game, and I'm not sure if I like the fact that they use the same move sets or
Push yourself
do
harder.
like, or don't like it, because it's like I'd like to see something new.
That's how it's done in Motown.
I don't understand why he says that. It seems so racist. That's how it's done in Motown. Like,
Batman.
why does the one black superhero have to say that? Is he from Motown? Is he from Detroit?
You don't see it yet, but Superman's wrong.
Your glider skills need work.
Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
Let's go.
I don't know how bad Damien has a problem like that was coming, considering the fact that, well, he carried around a giant fucking sword. You know, that's kind of, you know, not the greatest thing ever. Jesus Christ! Missy! Oh my god. You are a disaster! Break my damn lamp. I'm gonna destroy the damn curtains. Willie was never this much of a problem. Oh yeah, the premium currency. So that's one thing you can do to get premium currency is complete this story. What are you doing now? But Jesus, what a game. Injustice 2 Mobile is an offshoot of the Injustice 2 PC console fighting game. In this free-to-play version, players collect heroes using hero shards to unlock them. Characters have types which are Agility, Tech, Might, Metahuman, and Arcane, and are rated Basic, Gold, or Legendary. They have levels unlocked through XP, star levels unlocked through more hero shards, and abilities which become available as the character's star level is promoted, and are upgraded with credits, and are used in fights for more damage, buffs, debuffs, or traps. Characters also have gear, which are dropped in various ways and upgraded with gear material and have chance effects that can be changed through the use of RNG gear reforges. And finally, each character has talents. Up to 6 available, which unlock at hero promotion, then have to be purchased with credits. 1 talent can be re-rolled for free per character, and then you can use credits for any other re-rolls on that same character. The roster can be sorted by character's overall threat rating, which is calculated through all the various ways to upgrade characters. There are 8 modes of play: campaign, heroic campaign, arena, league raids, challenges, story, and resource missions. Each mode uses a team of 3 characters to battle a various number of enemies. The normal campaign is comprised of 8 chapters. Each chapter has 4 parts, and each of those 4 parts has 6 battles. The 6th battle is the only repeatable one once beaten. The regular campaign does not guarantee hero shards, but once a chapter is beaten, that chapter's version of the heroic campaign is unlocked, which has the same parts and battle breakdown. Once the 6th battle is beaten, a maximum of 3 hero shards can be acquired. Arena is where players battle a bot version of other players' teams. By winning, players have a chance to win season rewards and arena medals, which can be used to purchase harder to find hero shards and gear. Each character is allowed to play in an arena battle 5 times per day. In order to participate in league raids, players must be in a league, members must donate a specific amount to fund a raid, and leaders or officers in the league must start the raid once it is funded. Players have 3 battle opportunities per day in a raid. Challenges are scheduled events to gain hero shards for a harder to get character. There are 3 difficulty settings, and players must win the previous difficulty to unlock the next difficulty. Each difficulty gives 2 entries a day. Challenges last about 3 days but are not constant. Story mode is the actual story mode from the PC console version of the game, with all the dialogue and cutscenes. So characters for each fight are dictated by the story itself. Resource missions give XP chips 6 days a week and credits 1 day a week, with the XP chip type alternated. There are 8 difficulty settings in resource missions, with progressive unlock and increased value in rewards with each difficulty. All modes of play have autoplay. A final non-fighting mode is operations, where characters are assigned a timed entry that locks them from other modes of play but gives them XP upon completion, and may also reward credits, gems, gear, and as upon the release of this video, Heartbreaker Harley Quinn hero shards. Energy is the player level and is gained at a rate of 1 every 10 minutes. Campaign, heroic campaign, challenges, and resource missions all use energy, but also have limited entries. The player's level energy cap increases as they level up their account. Credits are collected in nearly all modes. The premium currency is gems, and 30 gems are guaranteed every day. Gems can also be collected in the arena from leagues and league raids, completing achievements, and operations. Gems can be used to refresh characters for the arena, refresh entries in the campaign, heroic campaign, challenge, and resource missions, upgrade operations, purchase select hero shards, and open chests. Sim chips are auto-collect tokens found mostly by playing campaign and heroic campaign that can be used in the campaign, heroic campaign, challenge, and resource mission modes. However, players must also have the energy needed to complete the battle in order to use the sim chip for auto-collect. There is currently a beta mode called the Champions Arena, designed for players that have reached level 60, which I will not talk about here since it's under construction. So I did track character unlocks and promotions, and I really didn't like the look of it. You can see the chart here, and it's not great for 3 months of play. I unlocked a grand total of 28 characters, and Injustice 2 has 105 characters, which for how long it's been out really isn't a lot. It's a rate of 4 new characters a month, but I digress. I've unlocked 26% of the characters, or 1/3 of a character per day. As you can see from this chart, the 2 biggest sources for hero shards are the heroic campaigns, makes sense, and premium loot boxes, or chests, as Injustice 2 calls them. I opened 42 premium loot boxes during the 3 months and got 8 gold characters. That is about a 19% rate of premium unlocks, which is on point with their percentage claims of an 80% chance of a silver hero. But just because they're honest about those numbers doesn't mean I like them or find them just. Since premium loot boxes can cost anywhere from 200 to 500 gems and a player is only guaranteed 30 a day, that's not pretty. As you can see from this chart, I earn gems at a good rate from playing all modes. But a lot of these are new player rewards that can't be repeated. Repeating gem collection opportunities are all pretty much 30 and under, so farming gems to open premium loot boxes is tediously slow, especially considering gems can be used for other things as well. I remember it slowing down quite a bit during my first attempt to play this game at launch, after the 3-month mark. I decided to look up if anyone else had longer range free gem acquisition data, but I couldn't really find any actual numbers on this, just players' general feelings about the rate. I got a grand total of 11,950 gems in the 3 months, but after taking out the majority of the achievement sources for those, and I only earned 6,800 in 3 months. So if I bought a 250 gem premium loot box at each chance, I could open 27. With the premium character drop rate of 20%, I would get 5.5 premium characters. That's not pretty, especially considering gems can be purchased for real money from $4.99 for 250 gems or $99.99 for 7,500 gems. So that's $100 right now for slightly more than 3 months of veteran playing and a conversion to 6 premium heroes. We are supposed to be playing the game, right? Speaking of which, the energy earn rate versus the energy consumption rate result in a dramatic slowdown of hero shard acquisition through the heroic campaign, wherein the lowest energy cost is 12. Since we earn energy at a rate of 1 per 10 minutes, that means that without extra energy and an energy cap of 120, we can play 10, count them, 10 heroic campaign battles before our energy is depleted. Then we wait 20 hours for our energy to completely refill, meaning player energy will not completely refill while you sleep. Other games I've played refill completely from 0 and half that time. Now, to be fair, we get 60 extra energy a day. That means we can play 15 heroic campaign battles before our energy is depleted. My god, so much content. Before anyone goes, oh, that seems fair, remember that my previous experience with a mobile Injustice game resulted in endless hours of play, and that compared to other games with player level energy, this is pathetic. Other games give energy at a rate of 1 per 5 minutes and give anywhere from 270 to 360 extra energy a day and have battles as cheap as 3 energy. Comparatively, Injustice 2 doesn't want you to play the game. In the store, chests are available for purchase with gems, and one chest, the basic chest, is available for free every 3 hours or for 4,000 credits, I believe it is. Special offers give players the opportunity to purchase heroes and upgrade items for real money, ranging from $2.99 for a gem booster to $99.99 for 2 Champions Arena packs each. That's $99.99 each. None of the packs I just mentioned have hero shards. Now, there aren't a lot of things up for purchase in the store, especially for credits, and Injustice 2 doesn't throw a lot of ads in your face, but it really doesn't have to, because once the slowdown happens, you'll feel the squeeze to advance using real money. The majority of the characters are premium, some of whom are only purchasable with money, or the drop rate for them is abysmally low. So you'll end up with high-starred silver characters that have pretty low threat levels. You'll lose a lot of battles, even if the threat rating for your team is way higher than the opponent's team. You'll feel the arena matches are stacked against you. Here's a hint. They are. And you'll do one of 2 things. Buy various things to make your character stronger, or stop fucking playing. I've already gone over how energy acquisition and consumption is messed up and severely limits your playtime. The gem value doesn't really match its price point given the cost of the premium boxes, and that the game is designed to frustrate you into spending money. So, let's talk about other things. As I previously mentioned, all modes of play have autoplay and all teams have threat ratings. Well, guess what? The autoplay AI for the player is a fucking moron compared to the AI for the opponent. I have a threat rating of 91,884, and my opponent has a threat rating of 71,127. And according to math, and all things being equal, I should fucking win. Oh, look at that. I've been defeated. NetherRealms has made the AI they give the player dumber than the opponent AI. Your AI won't proc abilities when they are available. Your character will just stand there and get hit, not blocking or dashing back. You could argue that character types can have an effect on this, but when both teams are mixed types and the opponent AI brings in the type that will have an advantage when it has the chance, but the player AI brings in the type that will have a disadvantage, I think it's pretty clear that the deck is stacked. Remember, the house always wins. You can just avoid this by actually playing, 3-starring the battle, and auto-collecting if you have the sim chips. But let's be honest here, they want you to lose. This isn't fun. Now, I complained in my Strike Force review that I had to turn up the speed every time I reloaded the app, but Injustice 2 is worse. I have to turn on autoplay for each battle, and that fucking button is so tiny and is right at the edge of the screen, so it's easy to think that I've hit it and actually haven't. Speaking of thinking I've done something, when playing a battle myself, I will click to use an ability and the game acknowledges that I have by highlighting the ability, then not proccing the ability until my opponent has a chance to dash out of range. But clicking things in the menus is also messed up in that it doesn't acknowledge my button presses right away. It's not a screen issue so much as it is that the button is visible on screen for a moment, but the actual menu hasn't loaded yet. Also, the loading icon is in the lower right corner of the screen, meaning that I can't see it if I'm using my right thumb to press buttons, like most people. And since everything loads pretty slowly with a loading icon for basically every button press, this gets really frustrating. In other words, the game just isn't that responsive. If the loading icon appeared in the center of the screen like it does for some other games, this wouldn't be as much of an issue, because then it would be clear that the game has actually registered my button press even if it hasn't done anything yet. Almost every time I complete a raid battle and try to go past the reward screen, the whole app crashes and I have to reload it. I'm not sure why, but it's fucking annoying. The challenge mode is super nerfed compared to the previous game, wherein I could unlock a character in that week's challenge. In the 3 months that I played Injustice 2 Mobile, I didn't unlock a single challenge character through the challenge alone. So, a little comparison there. 12 character unlocks in the 3 months, or 0 character unlocks in the 3 months. Pretty dramatic change, if you ask me. A game like this is all about the characters you can collect. Some games have different versions of characters as separate, while others have them as interchangeable skins on the same character. Injustice 2 goes with the first method, which I don't mind per se, but it also means for their small amount of available characters, we have multiple repeats of the same character just with different looks. And to top it off, they all pretty much have the same move sets. Like maybe one of Unbreakable Cyborg's abilities is different from the regular Cyborg's abilities. Oh, and Grid has many of the same moves as well. Mostly they are just reskins. And the fun for me of fighting games is watching the different fighting styles. This is pretty much the cheapest way to creating new characters. Take Batman and put a new skin on him, change one ability, done! So we end up not having characters like Raven, Batgirl, Destro, Doomsday, General Zod, Hawkgirl, Lex Luthor, Lobo, Martian Manhunter, Sinestro, Solomon Grundy, Static, Killer Frost, Huntress, Icon, Atom, Vixen, Beast Boy, Zatanna, Mr. Freeze, Arsenal, Big Barda, Bizarro, Black Manta, Superboy, Two-Face, Vandal Savage, Toyface, Enchantress, Heatwave, Katana, Killer Croc, Mira, Mr. Miracle, Mr. Terrific, or Booster Gold, to name a few. Sure, we have some characters that weren't available in the original Injustice game, but we have no less than 46 reskins in the game with only 105 characters. That's a percentage of 43% of the characters! So premium character unlocks basically just give you stronger characters, not all that different to play. We have no less than 6 extra versions of Batman, and 3 extra versions of Superman, Wonder Woman, Supergirl, and Aquaman. That's ridiculous. They should be working on getting new characters into the game, and I know some of this has to do with licensing, which is why we also get non-DC characters in the game, such as Raiden and Sub-Zero. So glad we have those versus, say, Zatanna. You know, a DC character, and not a goddamn one of the 5 skins of Harley Quinn is the one I fucking want. Ooh, the Heartbreaker one came close, but she's fucking fuchsia and black instead of red and black. In teeny tiny text on each of the characters, the game may tell you where the character is available. Maybe. If it doesn't say, that means the character is only available when Mercury is in retrograde and Uranus is square or something. I don't fucking know! Ask NetherRealms to publish a goddamn schedule! Who knows why they do the things they do? Oh, right. Money. But just like Disney, I don't see how shoving content in a vault actually makes money. The game also changes what the characters are wearing once all the gear is equipped, and often they look better before they got all their gear. The full gear look is too much like someone slapped a bunch of extra shit on something that was fine beforehand, which is exactly what's going on. Sometimes the character model poses look just damn uncomfortable, especially since they tend to stand in the same position forever. Like, my back hurts just looking at it. And this is also in some of the stationary artwork, but this is minor compared to the previous problems I've mentioned. Despite there not being enough of variety in the characters available, they all look fantastic. Except for Atrocitus. Atrocious. He looks like someone set a cat-loving bodybuilder on fire, and the guy didn't even pause his deadlifts. I don't know this character at all, so I'm wondering a great deal about his floating cat. I seem to remember a Kid Wizard character with a cat, though. Now, DC gets some flack for their sexy women and hardly any clothing. But I mostly don't mind this. It's like these people don't even acknowledge how scantily clad the men can be in comics, or how their bodies are also idealized. I know a lot of men. I've not met many who look as good as Aquaman does without his shirt on. That's misleading because Aquaman doesn't own any shirts, and who could blame him with that rockin' bod? Unhinged Harley Quinn wears basically a sports bra, and if I had her stomach, I would walk around like that 24/7 too. Well, actually, I'd probably get cold. My point is, For the most part, both genders are made to appear sexy in both this game and in comic books in general because of the false idea that only men play video games, especially false since mobile games are mostly played by women. That the female character designs are to appeal to men's sexual fantasies is absolute bullshit. Video games appeal to fantasies. Period. You think I wouldn't want to look like these women? Be able to fight like these women? Frankly, it's erasure of female players and invalidates women as sexual beings. This is getting kind of heavy. But my point is, Injustice 2 has some pretty sexy characters, and I actually like the sex appeal in this game. It's probably not really for kids, but that's okay. Not everything has to be for them. Although, I think teenage girls would benefit from seeing sexy women kicking ass. DC has some amazing female characters, and while I'm glad Injustice 2 didn't prude them up, I do feel that 26 female characters really isn't enough. They're so good. I want more. But everything about the look of this game is good. For some reason, I find myself liking the screens so much more than other games. Well, maybe not those shots. But that was just a glitch that went away on the next game reload. Maybe Injustice 2 is just easier on the eyes than other games. Sometimes in other games, they white out the screen for skills and the like, and I just get a headache. Injustice 2 is nice enough not to try to blind the players. But now I feel like I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel to say good things, so... A lot of people at this point probably think I hate Detective Comics comics, but I really don't. I wouldn't be this outrageously angry about a mobile video game if that were true. It's correct to assume that Warner Brothers has fucked up quite a bit with the Detective Comics adaptations lately. But of what company is that not true with regards to their beloved franchises in recent years, or just ever? I could be accused lately of being a Marvel fangirl, but that's false because Civil War is a mess of a movie, Black Panther had way too many characters, and I hated Infinity War to such an extent that the mention of MCU titles after Infinity War or Thanos just pisses me off. Fanboys and fangirls have to be so blind to the flaws of adaptations that it takes a fuck up so large, so monumental, so obvious, so god-awful, so distasteful, so horrible, so ridiculous, that they'd have to be literally dead not to notice how bad it is. The idea that I hate Detective Comics and therefore hate Injustice 2 Mobile is false for so many reasons. First of all, Dakuniverse is one of my favorite MMOs, even over the long-dead Marvel heroes, because the gameplay was the most engaging and the story was fun. I love the little details like the fact that it's always nighttime in Gotham and always daytime in Metropolis. I also love Young Justice, the DCAU, and I've wanted a great hero collecting game for Detective Comics because I believe, without a doubt, that Detective Comics has the better female characters, the cooler ones, the sexier ones. Comic books in general get a lot of flack for objectifying female characters, but I say fuck that. Like the men aren't beefy, like Namor isn't just in a Speedo. Come on, I want them all to be sexy, men and women. So yeah, every time a new Detective Comics game is announced, I perk the fuck up. I'd love to play as all my favorite female heroes and villains. Bring it on! But Injustice 2 Mobile uses and abuses that love. Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment and NetherRealms use that love as bait to lure fans into the game, and then wraps around the player like twin boa constrictors. Is the plan to eat the player once they crush all their bones? I know that I could easily compare Injustice 2 Mobile's practices to Marvel Future Fight. I could do it over and over again, and Injustice 2 would look like shit every time. And it's not because I love Marvel more than Detective Comics, it's because this game is designed around manipulation. They purposely frustrate the player to get them to spend money. Whenever I see manipulation, I buck like a goddamn bronco. I will not let companies take me for a ride. I'd rather kick them in the fucking face. I wrote some of this before I collected all my data, but I wanted my data to back it up. But playing for 4 days had me in such a bad mood, which is not hard these days with my restrictive diet, that I actually broke my diet.
My diet is ruined. I hope you're happy.
Went out to lunch with some coworkers. I had 3 bites of gluten and a scoop of ice cream, which I hadn't done in months. This is not the reaction WB and NetherRealms was hoping for. They were hoping I'd break out my wallet. But I'm not going to give money to someone I know is manipulating me. I'm not going to reward bad behavior. It's why I don't watch Sony films. So, if at this point you are asking yourself, but Alex, what is your recommendation? Should I play Injustice 2 mobile? Well, then you must have been browsing Facebook, doing your homework, or looking at messages, because I've been circling an obvious no for the whole video. Not only should you never pay for anything in Injustice 2 mobile, you should never even play it. Don't let your kids play it. Don't play it if you have a gambling problem. Don't play it if you hate manipulation. Don't play it if you like Detective Comics comics. Just don't fucking play it. Period. It's horrible. Which is sad because it could be awesome. This was Gamey Review, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share, subscribe, click that bell, visit my blog at empatheticwriter.wordpress.com, and follow me on Patreon for exclusive content and a shout out on a video. Merch, 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 merch. Yeah! Check out my new shop at cafepress.com/AlexofAllTrades for all kinds of products with my face on them.